Hello everybody and welcome back to the Traxion channel for another brand new video, and there is a little bit of a backstory behind this one. Last Thursday was the 5th of May, which of course means it was Cinco de Mayo, an annual celebration and festival in Mexico. Now, what better racing game is there to celebrate a festival in Mexico than Forza Horizon 5? I decided to make a video looking at the latest updates and basically just checking out Forza Horizon 5 for the first time in a long time on the Traxion channel as we look forward to the release at some point down the line of DLC 1. I also tried out the Thrustmaster T248 Xbox edition for the very first time. Now, sadly, this is how the recording turned out. Yeah. So sadly, all of that had to go in the bin. I did manage to get 20 points and unlock the new Ferrari 250 GT, which is one of 5 new Ferraris that have come to the game recently. I will talk about them soon. Either way, at the start of this week, I gave it another shot. And this time, there was an issue with the camera, which I didn't discover until after I'd finished the whole recording. In the second failed video attempt, I completed the autumn playlist, or at least managed to get 20 points, and unlocked another one of the new Ferraris, the California T. So, this video has cursed. Like, trust me, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this. It keeps on breaking. So what I'm going to do is jump away from the playlists and take a slightly different route. Just over a month ago, there was a new story mode added to Forza Horizon 5 called Drift Club Mexico, and that is what I'm going to do in this video since I've got no more playlists to do, no more Ferraris to unlock until next week. But I really want to get this video done, and we want to talk about Forza Horizon 5 and this Thrustmaster T248. So this is what I'm going to do in the video, but just before I jump into that, I'm going to show you as much as I can of the new Ferraris. So this month's Cinco de Mayo themed playlist Series 7 has arrived, and as you can see, if you get 80 points in the series, you will unlock the Ferrari SF90, which is a plug-in hybrid. I'm going to have a quick shot of that in just a second because there is a way we can try it. To get to the 80 points, you can score 20 points in summer to unlock the Ferrari 250 GT, which I have got, the Ferrari California, which I've also got. In winter, there's the new Ferrari 512 TR, which was the predecessor of the Testarossa. Definitely not a new car in reality, new for Forza though. And then finally in spring, 20 points will see you unlock the F8 Tributo. First of all, here is the Ferrari 250 GT, not to be confused with the very famous 250 GTO. And listen to this thing, I mean, it sounds absolutely fantastic. And I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful too. I've just crashed into a drivatar. This playlist's already been and gone, so you're gonna have to pick this car up another way. But I'm in love with it so far. I really am. Then we have the 2014 Ferrari California T. Feels like a rally car when you're on this dirt stage. And this is another beautiful Ferrari. I've not been super keen on the styling of modern day Ferraris, in all honesty. But the California is one I really like because it's quite understated. It's kind of a luxury car, GT car as much as anything else. And once again, I mean, just look at it. Sounds a little bit less interesting than the 250 GT, to be honest, but it goes better. And then we have this incredible SF90, which is the car you'll win if you get 80 points across the whole season. Plug-in hybrid, just under 1,000 horsepower, and this thing, it's absolutely mental. It's by far and away the quickest of the Ferraris that we have available to drive. I do not own this car yet, I have not got the 80 points, but you can drive it in the monthly Rivals challenge, which I've already completed. And this thing has just got so much torque, so much instant power, thanks to the electric hybrid motor. I'm trying to get back into the flow of things with Forza Horizon 5, because honestly guys, I had not played this game for a long time. I was in love with this game. It's one of the best games actually to come from 2021. But I don't know, I just haven't really been back on it in a long time, and I feel like it deserves a bit of credit because they continue to update this game all the time. They're constantly giving us new cars, new challenges through the playlists, and it's one of the most popular articles actually on the Forza, on the Traxion website I should say, every single week, because we give tips and tricks as to how to complete the festival challenges, how to find the treasure hunts and stuff like that. So yeah, if you're wanting any tips and tricks for completing the festival playlists on Forza, make sure you head over to the TraxionGG website every single Thursday. However, for today's video, we are going to jump in this insane-looking Traxion Lamborghini Huracan designed by the Forza livery guy. Go and check him out and check out all the other Traxion liveries he's done for Forza Horizon 5. But we're going to jump in this and head over to the Drift Club Mexico site. Okay, 9.9 miles to the destination. I've just been overtaken by myself in a red Honda Civic. Now the interesting thing with Forza Horizon 5 at the moment is normally by this stage we will have seen a DLC pack. You know, with Forza Horizon 4 we had 2 DLC packs within the first 9 months. It's been well over 6 months since this game came out, and yet still no major DLC pack. Now I'm sure we can expect one soon. We know we are getting one, at least one, probably two, because we've already paid for them through the Ultimate Edition, but it's just not happened yet. That is the wrong way. So it's probably quite a good time to get back into this game, in all honesty, because you're going to want to get back into it for the DLC, and it can't be that long till it comes, surely. I mean, that was probably my fault. Now throughout this video, we are going to talk about this Thrustmaster T248 Xbox edition, which came out recently. Fundamentally, it's the same wheel as the original Thrustmaster T248, but this Xbox version has Xbox-specific button mapping, and obviously is compatible with your Xbox. So that's how we're able to play it on Forza. Obviously in this video I was going to be giving my first impressions, but since I've recorded this video twice already, it's not really my first impressions anymore. I've given it a proper go. The one thing I can tell you already about this wheel is just how well suited it is to Forza Horizon 5. It feels like the physics engine in this game was made for this wheel. It is entry level from Thrustmaster. They do have more expensive options, different options. But yeah, if you're someone who's looking to get into racing games and sim racing through Forza and you need a wheel, it's a good place to start, let me tell you that. Okay, here we are. Drift Club Mexico. We're going to get to try another new car later on in this as well, I believe. 6 challenges, 3 stars to get in each. I'm not going to be trying to get 3 stars in all of them right now. I will try my best, obviously, but I just want to get through the story and see what it's all about. Robert Glenn, drift aficionado and travelling proponent of effective lateral cornering, has finally made it to Mexico. Rob's in Mexico. I think Rob's Welsh.
There's only one Welshman I know who can handle a car like that.
Okay, he is Welsh.
So, what are we doing?
I need a third-party evaluation of the modifications to my Sprinter.
Okay, we're in a Sprinter Trueno Apex. I think I've just got to drift down the runway.
A nice show for the local drift club.
Nice easy start. Try and be a little steady on the throttle here. Drifting is so much easier with a wheel than it is in a controller, especially within the Forza series.
So, when is the grand opening of Drift Club Mexico?
Who told you about that?
I think I've got an invite. 111,522 points. Easy 3 stars, but it's only going to get more difficult from here. Whoa, there's a beetle in the way. Papa Fernando will be crying. You can see the evidence there of the Cinco de Mayo celebrations. I'm going to rip them down by crashing into every post in the town. That wasn't very nice. Drifting my Lamborghini, yes! Okay, in this one we are going to be drifting a Silvia Spec R around the reservoir. That sounds like my kind of challenge. 300,000 points needed for 3 stars.
The Nismo GTR. I do love a Nissan.
Okay, we're a Nissan GTR, not a Silvia. Interesting. I thought this Nissan GTR was 4-wheel drive, so obviously it's a rear-wheel drive version. That's fine. Probably should have said about 5 minutes ago. Spoiler alert, this is going to spoil the Drift Club Mexico story for you. I'm in a bush.
The PR38 TET engine is an exceptional starting point for a drift build.
That was nice through there. Yes. I am Aero. We're almost at 3 stars, actually. 300,000, come on. No, no, not going to get it. No, just short of 3 stars. Well, it's good to see the weather's followed me from Scotland all the way to Mexico. It's storm season. What I'm going to do on my way to this next challenge is go into the force feedback settings on the wheel here. So as you can see, I'm on preset 1 right now. If I go up to preset 2 or 3, that actually increases the level of force feedback that the wheel's going to produce. So 1 is 100% of what the game will normally give you, 2 gives it a little bit of a boost, and 3 is the full Monty. So that's going to really emphasize curb hits, rumbles, stuff like that. So I'm going to try it now on 3, having tried it on 1.
That's the Formula Drift 325. Very nice. Not stock, though.
This is going to be intense. 200,000 points on the way. Now, I could do with a lot of practice on this, but honestly, straight out the box, the wheel really does help. I would not be drifting like this on Forza normally with a controller at home. Just makes it that learning curve that little bit less steep. Obviously, there's a long way for me to go to be actually good at this, but I can instantly be at a level where it's not completely embarrassing. I believe later on in this chapter as well, we're going to get a look at one of the new cars that actually came in with the story mode, and that is the Ford Mustang Mach-E, I believe it's called, which I actually did drive in Race Room, which you can go and check out that video. It is a crazy car, it's got to be said, and I'm looking forward to jumping in it. I think 1,300 brake horsepower.
This was her first drift car.
I'm actually really, really enjoying this right now. I really am. I'm surprised at just how much fun I can still have with Forza before the DLC comes.
As before,
And that's 3 stars. Okay, we're heading all the way out to the Copper Canyon for the next chapter. Just a reminder, guys, as well, if you want to see a full review of this steering wheel, not the Xbox version, but the original version, which, as I say, is fundamentally the same, make sure you check out the link in the description below. In fact, I'm going to put a little card up there somewhere for you, so you can watch that review in full. Okay, here we are. Time for Chapter 4. What does our Welshman have in store? That rhymed. Drift the 2020 Supra 151 through the Copper Canyon. I love the 2020 Supra.
The 2020 151 Formula Drift Supra.
Yes, please. It's great as well. Robert tells you a little bit about the car as you're starting off the challenge, so he gets, you get to know it a little bit. I always appreciate tidbits of information in racing games. That is a big crash. Help. Might as well use the train tracks to get ourselves back en route. Nope. This one definitely not going as well as the previous ones. I'll still try and get 3 stars, but I think it's more likely I'm going to be reaching for 2 stars.
This is a really tough corner. Be ready
Oh.
to functionally destabilize the rear.
You could have told me about that before I got to it, Robert. I've got to be honest, guys. This is by far the most fun I've had drifting in any Forza game. I'm really, really enjoying this story mode. I'm enjoying the cars, I'm enjoying the steering wheel, and I'm just enjoying being back on Forza. I just kind of forgot how fun it is. It just doesn't take itself seriously at all, does it? You just go and have a laugh. Great when you're trying to have a break from serious sim racing. That's a bridge. That's a crash.
Leaderboards.
Ow.
Tell me, do you like volcanoes?
I do, Robert. You sound
What
like
are
you
you
like
up
volcanoes
to,
as well.
Rob?
Last time I tried to drive up the side of a volcano in a Traxion video, this happened. Okay, so I have gone for a 1977 Holden Tirana because, I mean, look at it. Oh no!
Still going.
We've got an 11-mile drive to the volcano, so let's take our Ferrari 250 GT and we'll take our time and have a cruise along the roads of Mexico. So we're still 7.5 miles away, even though we're actually close to we're on the road now, heading up the back of the volcano. So I think the challenge starts at the top of the volcano, which means I've got an excuse to drive up the volcano in my Ferrari 250. Well, this is going to be fun. Even this thing can drift. Look at it. Oh, sorry, Beetle. Sorry, Papa Fernando. He really won't like me after this. Do you know, I completely understand why those 2 parking guys in Ferris Bueller's Day Off decided to steal their car, because this is the kind of fun they would have been having, and I'm all here for it. So the force feedback with this wheel is fairly forgiving in that it doesn't really grab you tightly or, give you huge amounts of forces at any one moment. It's not sharp, it's not direct, it's just smooth and gives you a lot to work with. Like, the feeling's good. I feel connected to the car, connected to the road. I know what the wheel's going to do. It kind of lazily points me in the direction I should be. It's like encourages you along, really. And in a game like Forza, where it's all about having fun, getting the car sideways, it's not about serious hardcore racing lines and finding the last 10th. That's kind of what you want. You just want anyone to be able to jump on, no matter what your ability, and have a bit of a laugh and slide your car around. The shifters are very obnoxious. Some people will like the loud clicky shifters. I think, they're just a bit too loud for me. I mean, if you were in the room with someone who wasn't wearing a headset, they would get quite annoyed quite quickly. But that's, personal opinion. And Thrustmaster have had such stiff competition recently from all of their rivals, bringing out new direct drive wheels. We're still waiting for the Thrustmaster direct drive effort, so it'll be interesting to see, what their higher end wheels are like. This is kind of competing with the likes of the Logitech G923, which is a great wheel as well, to be fair. So it's got some, tough competition. Who needs Drift Club Mexico when you've got a Ferrari 250 GT to chuck about? Finally made it to the top of the volcano. What have we got in store here? We're going to be drifting back down the volcano on the dirt, on the tarmac.
We're dealing with a supercharged 5-litre V8, giving you a good centre of rotation, very slightly biased front, 900 bhp.
900 brake horsepower. So we are drifting 6.6 miles down the volcano in this Ford Mustang. The views are going to be absolutely spectacular. Forza Horizon 5, visually, one of the best racing games ever made. I mean, I'd go as far as to say one of the best games ever made in terms of how beautiful it looks, the colour, the vibrancy. And this Mustang's feeling good so far. Again, 900 horsepower to play with. but it actually really helps you get the background. That was lovely round there. We'll do a little bit of chase cam just to maximise the visuals on this one. Smoke, I'm off. That's bad. Can't drive chase cam. Look at the views.
Okay, time to come clean. What are you planning?
Just a little something we've been working. Well, you can wait a bit longer. Do you think you could just pop over to Guanajuato? Be quiet, they'll hear you.
Okay, 2 miles to Guanajuato. Our final drift challenge of the story. We're on our way now. Guanajuato is one of the most gorgeous towns in the world, isn't it? I've always loved it. Thanks to the WRC. They usually have their opening ceremony there, their opening special stage there. And it's really cool to have that in Forza Horizon. That is where we're going to probably drive the Mustang Mach-E. In some ways it's great that I've had to re-record this video so many times because it's just given me more time to play with Forza Horizon. And I've missed it, I really have. I didn't realise how much I missed it until last week. In the Cinco de Mayo festival spirit, it's got me very happy indeed. Here we are at the destination. Right, let's see what this has in store for us then.
I see you've brought some friends, Rob.
Yeah, well, just the local chapter of Drift Club Mexico.
Oh, so we're actually not in the Mach-E. We're in Ken Block's Ford Focus Gymkhana car. I mean, alright, maybe we get the Mustang afterwards. Drifting through the streets of Guanajuato. This is a bit like the WRC special stage, to be honest. I wonder if that's what's kind of inspired this. Sorry, people having dinner. This is just goals. Imagine doing this in real life.
We've got a bit of a confession.
That's the one.
You see, we've got another car for you to have a look at.
Is that what I think it is?
Okay, this is the Mach-E.
This car was customized by drift legend and engineering wizard Mr. Vaughn Gittin Jr.
No gears, of course. I've gone the wrong way.
What's up, Rob? Looks like you two are having a lot of fun with that car.
This is 1400 brake horsepower.
Mustang Mach-E 1400.
Insane.
Turns out it is well beyond my wildest
This is very cool. We're getting Vaughn telling us all about the creation of the car.
uses 7 motors. 3 on
Great
the
to see they've been
front
putting this car in many racing games as well.
This is just the start. I've watched even the most seasoned vets turn into giggly little kids behind the wheel. And
That was all-wheel drive.
That was incredible.
The motor layout allows you to change drivetrain essentially at the push of a button.
Okay, we're going to switch the car now into rear-wheel drive mode for this next part of the challenge. That is what you can do in real life as well. I'm going to pop the controller down, and now we're not in four-wheel drive, we are in rear-wheel drive, and this thing is going to become even more of a handful than it was in that short run.
Manage the inertia transfer.
This is so tricky to drive, this one. Way more oversteer, way less control. I quite like the all-wheel drive, to be honest, but... Oh, they're making me expose myself. I've just really hugged that building tight. I cannot put my foot down. As soon as you put your foot down, it's just complete and utter madness. I think we are going into the tunnel here. All the spectators. They look too impressed. Back to where we started, up the hill. This is so tricky to drive. The all-wheel drive version was actually fairly easy. The rear-wheel drive version is a complete and utter nightmare. A great challenge for proper drifters, though.
On behalf of Drift Club Mexico, as well as RTR and Ford Performance, let me thank you for this show of the noble art of intentional oversteer. So, we thought you might like to keep the Mach-E.
We get
That's
to keep
amazing.
it. That is great news. So that is going to be it for this video, guys. But if you've enjoyed it, please leave us a like and let us know down in the comments below how you got on with Drift Club Mexico. I'm definitely going to be back on Forza Horizon 5 more often because DLC is going to be coming, and it's just such an incredible game. Subscribe to the Traxion channel to see all of our latest racing game videos, and of course hit the notification bell if you want to see those videos in your inbox as they are released. But until I see you next time, thank you so much for watching. I am going to keep playing Forza Horizon 5. I hope you have a great day. Keep it pinned.